hello everyone. So today we have the special guest with us, Anurag Ranga with us, who is our ex-student also. He have got the internship offer from different companies, from the US companies. So AMD, Cadence, Intel, and Siemens, right? Is it right? All are
Yes,
okay, great.
yes.
So hi Anurag, how are you feeling?
I'm good, sir. How are you? It
Fine.
feels good that I've come from that side to this side. I used to host the interviews. Now I'm on the other side. It feels good.
Yeah. So tell me about the education background. Really, like you have how you shifted to the USA for the masters, and how was your experience, and what was the education background in India. So you can just give me the brief idea about the education background.
Yes. Actually, I've done my bachelor's from electrical and computer engineering from Osmania University, Hyderabad. And I passed out in the year 2023. So during my bachelor's, I've done various number of things. I was a summer intern initially at Defense Electronics Research Laboratory, the DLRL, wherein the project which we worked on was published in at an IEEE conference in the VLSI domain. And moving on, like due to my work there, I was promoted or like basically extended as a research fellow at the APJ Abdul Kalam Missile Complex at Research Center Imarat in Hyderabad. So that's where my 2 years have gone, the last 2 years of my like bachelor's. So in between the free time, along like managing with my coursework, I also represented India at IEEE Asia Pacific Robotics Competition, where we have almost like crossed over 30 teams in India from various IITs, NITs, BITS Pilani, and we have been the finalists at the IEEE Asia Pacific Robotics, which was held in Bangkok in 2022.
Hmm.
So, doing all of this, somewhere I felt that the next big thing would be semiconductor industry, the chip industry as we call them. So I started slowly like learning about what are the fundamentals, what is needed actually to get into the chip industry. In lame terms, like chip industry is the good term to use. So slowly I've researched upon many things like what if like I took a GATE exam and like went to some IIT, NIT because I have like I have solid evidences like references that even in like in India we have very good colleges from NIT Hamirpur, IIT Delhi, Bombay, NIT Warangal. So these were again NIT Surathkal. These are good colleges, but these colleges demand some good ranks in GATE exam. So that was one part. So parallelly, I've researched about universities in the US. Why specifically US and not Germany or something else? Because the thing is that US is like a place where the entire silicon industry is based upon. Okay, the business empires are run in the US. The decisions are made in the US, and the hiring happens in the US. Whereas there are good colleges in Germany, the TUM, the Technical University of Munich, etc. Those are good. They're pretty very good. But those are basically used for mainly research kind of thing. So that was the reason I shifted to here in the US.
So, what is the admission process like? Why you have not gone for M.Tech basically? Like you are in from Hyderabad, so there are a lot of good colleges in Hyderabad, BITS Plan in Hyderabad, Triple IT Hyderabad, IIT Hyderabad, lot of good colleges, and lot of companies are in Hyderabad, right? So why you have not
Yes.
gone to those colleges instead of like why you are going for like to USA, right? Particularly where the you are investing your like almost like 5 times money or 10 times money, right?
50 lakhs of money. So much more. Yeah. So basically, it was a personal choice to come to the US, not any such that we don't have good colleges. We have like most excellent colleges we have in Hyderabad or
Yeah.
in Telangana or in India.
Yeah.
It's more about personal opinion, personal choice. The thing is that which I felt is that it's more tough to get into India. You need more rigor.
Exactly.
I'll be very honest. I'll be like very blunt with you. I'm not that kind of a nerdy guy. I'm just a normal guy, with no special IIT JEE
कंपटीशन कहाँ पे
talents.
ज्यादा है इंडिया में?
So yeah, competition. No, it's not only about competition. It's about the skill we need to crack the competitive exam. The
हम्म,
cracking competitive exam requires a different skill
yeah.
because I studied for UPSC for quite a long time in my BTech because that was my initial plan of going to the UPSC civil services. but that didn't pay off. Yeah, that's fine because the competitive nature of exams is such that it happens only once a year. And
Mm.
if you flunk up that single time, that's gone.
Yeah.
Should wait for one more year. So that was the thing.
ओके ओके. सो आपने जीआरई टॉफल वगैरह कब से प्लान किया, लाइक कौन से ईयर में प्लान किया, थर्ड ईयर में था, फाइनल ईयर में, आप खत्म होने के बाद स्टार्ट किया, कब से प्लान और कितना टाइम?
GRE, yeah, like the GRE as such is outdated now because of the scam most people have did. So it's better not to take for GRE. Like coming to my case, I've taken like GRE in my 4-2, like the eighth semester in January, February around, and I've got around like 319 out of 340. Like back then it was out of like 340. Now I think it's 360 something. I'm not sure. So like particularly the GRE score doesn't matter in your admissions because now the rules have changed a lot and GRE is not taken into consideration unless you write in person. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Coming to IELTS, I've got a band of about 8.5 on the scale of 9. So that was a very good score. I've given IELTS after my BTech, after my 8th semester exam, because I was not sure of going to the US until then, because I was thinking that I'll do 2 years of UPSC civil services, and then if that doesn't click, I'll go to the US. But no, that didn't happen. So I've written my IELTS after my 8th semester exams, and I got 8.5. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And how you prepared for the IELTS or like English exam or like GRE? How you have taken some support from some coaching institute or like a consultancy or something, or you have prepared yourself? And if you prepared
No.
yourself, what was the
Yeah.
source? What were the sources?
Yes. So actually, coming to the GRE exam, it's more like CAT-based exam. I think people know CAT exam,
Yeah.
the the exam in India which we write for the MBA colleges to get into IIMs. So basically, what I was doing is that from second year onwards in my BTech, I used to just refer pages of the CAT exam, CAT previous papers, CAT books which we used to have in our library, some random YouTube videos. I think there's a playlist about CAT exam wherein it covers entire series of all the portion
Mhm.
from the arithmetic, the vocabulary, the data visualization, everything. So basically, if you are done with those playlists of CAT exam, so the GR is like a child's play because
Ah,
the GR isn't that tough. It's very easy. CAT is too tough. If you
cat
are
is
able to, yeah, CAT is too tough. So if you're able to at least solve a good amount of previous year papers of CAT exam or some local ICS exams in the state, that's pretty good.
Mhm.
So
Otherwise,
coming to
thanks for reading
IELTS,
also Manhattan, right? Manhattan, the book is there, right?
yeah, a Manhattan book, we get it in the market. Like once we apply for the GRE exam, it's about 20,000 rupees, Indian rupees. So if you apply for that, automatically you get a post, the GRE Manhattan book, Manhattan review. It's a three series book, English, vocabulary, and data visualization and mathematics. So if you do that also, it's fine. I I believe it covers some fundamentals, but before jumping into that, at least if we have some basic idea of how to solve with respect to CAT exam, then we are very good to go. So coming to the IELTS exam, the thing with like which in my case was I'm a writer. I'm an accomplished writer. I've been honored by Prime Minister Modi like twice in 21 and 22. I write blogs about forgotten history of India. So I have that writing skill. So basically for IELTS, I just prepared for like around 1-2 days before the exam. That's it. To be like very honest, and like this might not be the case for everyone. I'll be honest here also. So I recommend people preparing from YouTube sources or reading newspapers. If you're planning to give your IELTS exam, at least like read the newspaper for 2 months straight every single day, make a note of all the keywords, vocabulary in a notebook and try to find out the meanings because like mostly in IELTS exam, what they observe is that how many synonyms are using, like are you using, like that is the only thing they observe. So for one word, you need to have multiple meanings, multiple synonyms which have the same meaning. So to get that, it's not an overnight task, or if you go like if you join some coaching institute, they'll teach you. It's not like that. Okay. So basically, it's like 2 months of proper newspaper reading, proper Hindu like types of India taken chronically. Like if you read that, that's more than enough. And when you book an exam, you get a booklet, same like the GRE one, And if you read that booklet, try to solve some previous year question papers, mock
It,
like yeah, mock papers. If you do, that's more than enough. And coming to the speaking part, this is where many people lose marks. The band, the speaking part, they observe again is that how much vocabulary you have, how many words you are using, like synonyms of the same word. That's what they observe. Along with that, how fluent you are, how fluent you are in your English, how is your approach to a particular question. That's what they observe. So I recommend practicing people, I recommend to people to practice in front of mirrors or in like within their family or friends. Like that's more than enough to get a good band.
so you have covered two parts. So what is the difference between TOEFL and IELTS? And there's one Duolingo also, right? So what
Duolingo,
is the
yes,
difference
I'll tell you about.
between all these three? And which is like
So
सबसे ज्यादा स्टूडेंट जिसके लिए जाते हैं यूनिवर्सिटीज क्या प्रेफर करते हैं टोलिंगो या फिर टॉफल या प्रायल्स क्या रहते हैं उनका?
Acha, so I'll be very blunt here because there are some loopholes which only student community knows. I'll put it here. The thing with IELTS is that the first one I'll tell you, like IELTS is an on-site exam. We need to go to the center and write. Okay, so there is no scope of cheating, copying, malpractice, nothing else. So whatever score you get, it's perfect, and almost all universities in the US accept IELTS scores. Okay, that's the first point. Second point, people who write TOEFL, like when I wrote in 2023, I didn't write TOEFL, but when I wrote IELTS in 2023, again, like TOEFL is conducted by the same company which conducts a GRE exam.
Hmm.
Okay. So GRE exam has been compromised because there have been too many malpractices, too many remote services which have been happening in around, like, around Hyderabad, that people are getting like 340 out of 340. Basically, 340 out of 340 is that the score which you get, like if you get that much score, you're basically into Stanford, Harvard, Yale, and Oxford. You should go there technically, but that's not the case in India because some malpractices like are happening with respect to GRE conducted exams, the GRE and the TOEFL. So TOEFL is not good. I, I strongly recommend people not to write TOEFL
Okay.
unless it is an on-site exam. If you're going on-site, then that's fine. Okay.
Hmm.
Coming to Duolingo, yeah, Duolingo is again like a small brother of TOEFL. It's more vulnerable to such malpractices. So I strongly recommend people not to write the Duolingo also, unless if you have some cash crunch, if you are facing some financial issue, because like the Duolingo is only some 4,800 rupees only, one time exam, and you have to write it from home. So you know what you can do if you write it from home. So if the Duolingo is the last option, coming to preferences, first is always IELTS, second is TOEFL on-site, a third is the Duolingo. Because the thing with the Duolingo is that I've seen many of my friends' visas like getting rejected because of
Exactly.
Duolingo.
बेसिकली
So you should be very, very
मैंने
careful.
जैसे सुना है कनाडा में अब अलाउ करते हैं डोलिंगो को यूएसए में अलाउ ही नहीं करते डोलिंगो को राइट इस टाइप
अब
का
कनाडा भी बंद हो चुका है सर, अब कनाडा
कनाडा
भी
में हो
बंद हो
चुका
चुका है,
है
कनाडा बंद हो चुका है अभी।
एंड यू
इतना
हैव
स्कैम
अप्लाइड फॉर
करेगा तो
जर्मनी
कोई भी
आल्सो
विल डू।
यू हैव अप्लाइड फॉर जर्मनी यूनिवर्सिटीज आल्सो
नो नो, आई हैवंट।
ओके ओके तो उसका प्रोसेस पता है आपको एटलीस्ट
Uh, I know a bit of it, but I'm not sure. I'll just give you a brief idea.
ओके
Instead of TOEFL or like English-based exams, IELTS, TOEFL, for Germany, we write something called as like we need some B certificate, C certificate, D certificate. It's the level of the fluency in German language because the classes are taught in Germany there, like German.
या
You need to have some basic fluency. So the better the grade, the more easy your visa gets accepted. That is the one thing in Germany. And also, if you get into a some German university, some German universities, it's like a free education. Like that's also there because I have two seniors from my college who are into Technical University of Munich, TUM. It's a very good college. They are completing their masters absolutely free. So that is also a good like
ओके
an option. But I strongly suggest people going to Germany if they have a research background.
या
If your aim is to get a job at a product-based company, I think US is
यूएस इज
like,
बेस्ट
yeah, it's the best place as of now.
okay okay so after giving the GRE and like IELTS what is the next step what is the next step
So after you get your GRE and IELTS scorecard within 10, 15 days, you'll get your scorecards. I recommend people do their research like before going into consultancies. Because what the consultancies are doing is that I'm talking specifically about ECE. Okay, I'm not in like talking about the computer science.
Yeah.
So specifically into ECE, you must have clarity which course you want to take. Because in ECE, the college might be good. You are absolutely qualified to get to get into Stanford, like the Harvard, UC Berkeley, Texas A&M, UT Austin. You can get into those. It's not a big deal. But the thing is that what are the courses they are offering? Because I'll give an example here. UC Boulder. I think people have heard about UC Boulder, the University of Colorado at Boulder. To get some little context, like UC Boulder is the alumnus of Kalpana Chawla, the first astronaut in space, Indian astronaut in space. So she was from UC Boulder. The thing is the thing with the EC department of UC Boulder is that they're more like they are focusing more on the RF, the radio frequency, such
Okay.
kind of things. It's not like I'm not saying it's bad. The thing is that if you get into such a program, you are forced to do such a curriculum, and once you get out of the jobs, such kind of RF jobs need US citizenship.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
so you are basically out of the competition if
Okay.
you are trying for RF jobs. Also, if you go into some big colleges like UT Austin or some other colleges, always focus on what they are teaching. What is their curriculum? Are they focusing more on design verification, physical design, post silicon validation, computer architecture? Or they're focusing on some random courses like robotics, IoT, design verification, and all such random courses? Because um, I'll give you an example here also. The college which I passed out from, like which I am currently pursuing my master's, is Portland State University. It's in the northwest region of the United States in Oregon State. It's like just above California. The thing with Portland State University is that Portland is called the Silicon Forest of USA. How Bay Area is called the Silicon Valley like for software people, Portland is called the Silicon Forest because many of the hardware companies have their offices here in like Portland. Be it Intel, AMD, Nvidia, Google, Apple, everything have their offices here. So any hardware engineer, if you want to come into US, Portland is the best place because many people, like many companies, are now hiring locally.
Okay.
Before in Portland, only like if I'm not wrong, Intel used to be there. Intel was the largest employer like in Portland. Well, Intel has a fabrication plant here, very big fabrication plant.
Hmm.
So they used to hire locally, but now many companies have come here because seeing the talent here in PSU, Portland State University, because the curriculum here is like divided into three tracks. The first is the design and verification track, where like we're taught about the design and verifying the same design which we have done, be it any complex project. Okay, we have a quarter based so I'll come after that. So next you have physical like design track where you'll be learning about the tools, how to design a chip. That you'll be learning about the back end of VLSI domain. Third is about post silicon validation, the end of the cycle in the ASIC flow, how chip is working, what are the faults, stacked fault, transition faults, how they do it, the JTAG, like everything. So we have like three parallel tracks, and like once you are done with your masters, you'll be master in all of these tracks. You know exactly what's happening in each one of the tracks. So always, and that a scope is very important to get a job here because the companies are hiring, the companies are working in such a domain only. Because after you pass out from here, you get the idea of entire life cycle of an ASIC flow. Same is the case with San Jose State University. Same is the case with Texas A&M College Station, Purdue, NCSU, North Carolina State University. NCSU has a very good curriculum for computer architecture. And there's one more college called as University of Southern California.
Yeah.
Okay, Waterbury College of Engineering. It's a very good college. It's very it's a very good school basically because they're focusing what is needed, not some random courses on robotics, IoT, design verification. No, the, like there are tracks, and those tracks will fetch your job if you learn them properly. That's the thing.
Okay. Okay. So next step is searching about the university where you have
Yeah,
just
searching.
where you have to
So
search
search
about
about the
curriculum.
university.
Curriculum. Talk to
Yeah,
the alumni, like
correct.
to the people
Exactly.
who are doing the course there, right? So that you can get the idea, right? सो बेसिकली आप
Correct.
सर्च
Talk
करना
to
है
the alumni.
करिकुलम के बारे में, कौन कौन सा सब्जेक्ट पढ़ाया जा रहा है, एंड व्हाट अबाउट द लाइक opportunities after that, right? You just have to check it out.
Correct.
You have told me about that university, right? RF, but वो भी एक चीज
Correct.
देख.
Exactly. Because most of us Indian have our this called as obsessive compulsive disorder of seeing ranking in the universities. Okay, rankings are fine, but what about the curriculum? If you are studying at Harvard and you don't know system very well, there's no point in coming to the US, right? Because
Yeah,
that's the fundamentals of verification.
yeah,
That's the thing I'm saying. Like, don't concentrate on the like ranking. The ranking must be decent, good enough, not
exactly.
worst colleges, but coursework also do matter.
Yeah. So आइडियली कुछ स्टूडेंट एवरेज स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, कुछ लाइक कुछ के पास 2 से 3 साल का एक्सपीरियंस होता है, तो 2 से 3 साल एक्सपीरियंस वाले को कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटीज बेस्ट है? लेट से यू
Huh.
कैन टेल मी दैट 3 और 5 यूनिवर्सिटीज, एंड फॉर द फ्रेशर्स दोज हु डोंट हैव
Yes.
द एक्सपीरियंस लाइक यू, उनके लिए कौन कौन
Yes.
सी 5 यूनिवर्सिटीज बेस्ट है जो कि मिलने के
Okay.
चांसेस ज्यादा
So
होते हैं
yes.
और
So
ठीक
let
है
me
प्लेस?
start with this one. So let me start with freshers. मेरा कैसे लेंगे? मैं 2023 में पास आउट हुआ, 2024 स्प्रिंग मतलब जनवरी में आई केम टू द लाइक यूएस. सो फ्रेशर्स के लिए the colleges which I recommend for EC, electrical and computer engineering. And mind you, if you're coming into EC, you need to put in the hard work because there is no chat GPT, no perplexity AI, no group can help you solve your assignments. You need to know what you're doing. That is the fundamental thing because no AI can help you solve your assignment. Like it can help you, but it doesn't give you an answer. Unlike the computer science and computer science. So you need to put in the work first thing before I come into the US. Second thing is that for freshers, Portland State University, which I am doing right now, it's a very good option. Second, San Jose State University, it's a very good option. If you have a good GPA, 8.5 के ऊपर है, तो better go to North Carolina State University, NCSU, Texas A&M. ये चार colleges are good. Okay. If you have a bit of experience, थोड़ा कुछ 1 year, 2 years
व्हाट
का
अबाउट
experience है.
एएसयू, एरिज़ोना स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी? उसमें
So
भी काफी सारे
yeah.
स्टूडेंट हैं.
I'll come to that also. So let me complete this one. I'll come to about ASU, University of Minnesota. I'll come there. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 years of experience, better go to ASU, Arizona State University, University of Southern California, Waterbury College of Engineering, University of Minnesota, Twin Cities. Uh, Next one, the Purdue College of Engineering, Purdue State University. Sorry, I'm very sorry. The Purdue University at Lafayette, West Lafayette, and NCSU is a good option. UC Davis is also a good school, but if you are willing to spend more money, it's a good school. So coming to uh, these universities, maybe like whatever I told about the 7, 8 universities now, in these universities also we have something called as specializations. Okay, which college is famous for what? You should know that also, like before
Exactly.
coming into here. So let me come here. So if you're interested in physical design, मतलब इन लेम लैंग्वेजेस गरीब के भाषा में क्या है, सिंपल लैंग्वेज में क्या है, अगर आपको कोडिंग पसंद नहीं है, आपको लॉजिक बिल्डिंग नहीं आता, तो व्हाट इज द बेस्ट थिंग? फिजिकल डिजाइन पे जाओ. ओके, टूल वर्क रहेगा, टिकल फ्रेमवर्क रहेगा, टिकल पे मार्की और लाइक डिजाइनिंग का चिप. तो इस कॉलेजेस मतलब लाइक इस फील्ड के लिए एएसयू इज गुड, एरिज़ोना स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी इज गुड, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ मिनेसोटा ट्विन सिटीज इज गुड, परड्यू इज गुड, एंड यूटी ऑस्टिन इज गुड. ये चार कॉलेजेस दे आर लाइक फेमस फॉर फिजिकल डिजाइन.
ठीक है.
अगर आपको डिजाइन वेरिफिकेशन में करना है, सिस्टम वेरिलॉग, यूवीएम, वेरिलॉग, कंप्यूटर आर्किटेक्चर, इसमें अगर आपको आने का है, देन इट्स लाइक पोर्टलैंड स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी, सैन जोसे स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ सदर्न कैलिफोर्निया, द नॉर्थ कैरोलिना स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी और टेक्सास A&M कॉलेज स्टेशन. ये पांच कॉलेज आर वेरी गुड. ओके, दैट इज द थिंग. सो इसमें भी डिविजन्स होंगे. और इफ यू आर अ गुड स्टूडेंट, मतलब आपका 8.5 और 9 का ऊपर है CGPA, ट्राई टारगेटिंग टेक्सास A&M कॉलेज स्टेशन, बिकॉज टेक्सास A&M कॉलेज स्टेशन और यूटी ऑस्टिन, ये दो कॉलेजेस क्या है, cadence hires locally from there.
ओके, ओके.
So that is the thing. Okay, so coming to San Jose State University, locally companies hire there. For PSU, Intel, Apple hires locally from here.
हाँ, हाँ.
So you should like map what are
लोकली
the more
हायरिंग का
places.
मतलब क्या है? लोकली कैसे हायर करते हैं? कैंपस में लगाते हैं या फेयर्स लगाते हैं, क्या होता है एग्जैक्टली?
No. So in the US, like there is no system called as campus placement India के वैसे.
हाँ.
Okay. हाँ, so campus fair को आएंगे. Like companies come to the career fairs, but no one
Career
hires
path.
from there. I'll be
हम्म.
very blunt from you. Okay, कोई hire नहीं करता like उधर से.
हम्म.
The thing why your resume gets picked up if you are from PSU, at
हम्म.
least हर PSU alumni को एक ना एक बार तो Intel का कॉल आएगा, पक्का आएगा.
ठीक.
Okay, why? Because Intel has that good relation with PSU because one of our lab is funded by Intel.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Gordon Moore Atrium. We
Okay.
have huge Intel labs in our college. So if a company is investing in your college, then subconsciously that company will like जो company में हो रहा काम, you'll be learning in your curriculum. So it will be easy for them to hire. First point. Second point, if you go to Texas A&M college station का campus, there Samsung has invested in their college. So basically you so मतलब at least एक ना एक बार तो आपको Samsung का call आएगा. If you
ठीक.
go to San Jose like State University, their local companies, local like startups have invested in their college. So एक ना एक बार तो call आएगा.
ठीक.
ये this also so you need to be there. Also, second point is that when like when a company is present locally, like San Jose में ये मतलब ये बे एरिया में है कंपनी, पहला कॉल आपको देगा. like why? Because मतलब कंपनी के पर्सपेक्टिव से आपको रिलोकेशन का बेनिफिट नहीं मिलेगा. They are saving a lot on you, right?
ऑल्सो
So that is
प्रोफेसर
also a factor.
रिलेशन होते हैं, प्रोफेसर रिकमेंडेशन होता है.
होते थे बट मतलब बहुत ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स आ गए अभी, तो वो अभी इट्स नॉट
हाँ हाँ.
वर्किंग आउट.
ओके. 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 So, and what about the if anyone have the, let's say, 5 year of experience in VLSI already? So which are the universities they should target? Like they will easily get the like Harvard University or some top CMU is also there or Michigan is also there, right? So इन यूनिवर्सिटीज के लिए क्या क्या करना पड़ता है?
यूनिवर्सिटीज के लिए बेहतर आपको इतना 5 years का एक्सपीरियंस है तो एनी लाइक यूनिवर्सिटी एक्सेप्ट यू. यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ सदर्न कैलिफोर्निया, कार्नेगी मेलन, हार्वर्ड, स्टैनफोर्ड आई डोंट नो बिकॉज दे मोर फोकस ऑन लाइक रिसर्च. रिसर्च पेपर ज्यादा है तो दिल टेक इट. ओके, प्रॉपर IEEE का रिसर्च, स्प्रिंगर का रिसर्च है तो you'll get into स्टैनफोर्ड, हार्वर्ड और यूसी बर्कली. द थिंग इज दैट अगर आपको 5 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है, कोई भी कॉलेज आपको पिकअप कर लेगा. इट्स अपॉन यू टू डिसाइड व्हिच वन यू वांट टू गो.
Okay. And also percentage, you are focusing on the CGPA also, right? So CGPA कितना like कितना matter करता है? If let's say one student have the same 7 CGPA with a 2 research paper and good profile, and someone have the 9 CGPA with 0 research paper. So which is better student according to the university?
Uh, it depends again because some universities focus on research,
Okay. Okay.
so they'll take a person with more research opportunity, like more research experience. Some universities focus on grading, so they'll take here the like in all these cases, a university like the committee decides on one thing because like what is the commonality here in all universities is that like think in the perspective that uh, can a student pass our subjects here in US if they come, because most of the west coast colleges का sense है PSU जो मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ, पोर्टलैंड स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी, सैन जोसे स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी, जो जो भी वेस्ट कोस्ट में कॉलेजेस है, दे ऑल फॉलो क्वार्टर बेस्ड सिस्टम. क्वार्टर बेस्ड सिस्टम मतलब क्या है कि वॉट एवर अनदर कॉलेजेस अनदर यूनिवर्सिटीज टीच इन अ सेमेस्टर, 6 months में जो भी सब्जेक्ट पढ़ाए गए दूसरे कॉलेज वाले, द सेम कोर्स लोड इज बीइंग टॉट इन 12 weeks.
Okay.
उसमें 2 कैप्स्टोन का प्रोजेक्ट होंगे, हर वीक में एक एक और 2 असाइनमेंट होंगे, मिड टर्म होंगे, फाइनल्स होंगे. और मिड टर्म और फाइनल्स में यू नीड टू हैव लाइक क्लोज्ड बुक क्लोज्ड एग्जाम, सेम इंडिया का वैसा होगा. ओके, इतना प्रेशर इफ अ पर्सन इज लाइक एबल टू टेक, दिल थिंक ऑन दैट, ये ले पाएगा, ये पास होगा कि नहीं. सो दैट इज वन फैक्टर. And in such colleges, like GPA plays a factor because the more like GPA indicates that you are more intelligent, so-called intelligent.
हाँ. Okay.
That's
Okay.
it. वो depend होगा, वो एक ही का है मतलब. It again depends.
But even if you have the lower CGPA and you have the experience, then some of the
हाँ
university will take it, right?
हाँ हाँ,
So,
वो आ जाएगा मतलब कॉलेज तो they'll take it, that is not an issue.
okay, okay, okay. सो बात करते हैं लाइक करिकुलम की, लाइक पोर्टलैंड स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी के करिकुलम की। सो हाउ इज द मिड सेम होते हैं, एंड सेम कैसे होते हैं, असाइनमेंट्स, असाइनमेंट में चीटिंग्स होती है, जैसे कि इंडिया में क्या होता है, एक बच्चे ने बना लिया तो उन्हें कॉपी पेस्ट कर डाला पूरी क्लास में
नहीं,
जीरो।
हाँ हाँ हाँ। So
तो
the thing is that इधर PSU में we have, I told you before, right? We have computer architecture track, the design verification track. So we should take, मतलब 2 subjects होंगे एक क्वार्टर में, सॉरी 3 होंगे एक क्वार्टर में। 2 are like full subjects, like 4 credit का सब्जेक्ट 2 होगा, और एक 1 credit का सब्जेक्ट होगा। 1 credit का सब्जेक्ट इज लाइक वेरलॉग वर्कशॉप, पाइथन स्क्रिप्टिंग, कॉम्पिटेशनल टूल्स, वेरलॉग मतलब लाइनेक्स सीखने के लिए। दैट्स 1 credit, वो इतना मैटर नहीं करता। ये जो 4 credits का सब्जेक्ट्स है, the first time when you're coming in the, like in September, in the, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, the fall term। तो अगर आप मतलब उस पे आ रहे तो यू विल बी टेकिंग माइक्रो प्रोसेसर सिस्टम डिजाइन एंड एसिक सिंथेसिस। ओके, ये 2 प्रोफेसर्स बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट है, मतलब ऑल प्रोफेसर्स आर स्ट्रिक्ट। द थिंग इज दैट इन यूएस नो असाइनमेंट इज बीइंग रिपीटेड, एटलीस्ट इन आवर कॉलेज। असाइनमेंट तो रिपीट नहीं होंगे, तो प्रीवियस ईयर का पेपर लेके देयर इज नो फायदा। ओके, तो दैट इज द थिंग। और ये कमिंग टू प्लेगरिज्म, इट हैपेंस। अगर पकड़ लिए तो पकड़ लिए, नहीं तो नहीं, इट डिपेंड्स अगेन। मतलब अगर टीए इंडियन हो तो विल बी लाइक ओके, हमारा बंदा है, दोस्त का भाई है ऐसा। और वो या फॉरेनर मतलब नेटिव अमेरिकन हो, ही विल कैच यू फॉर श्योर, बिकॉज इट्स हिज जॉब ना। इधर पीपल बहुत देयर इंटेग्रिटी, मतलब कॉपी नहीं मारने का, आई एम नॉट सेइंग यू शुड नॉट cheat or something, but should be smart, like where we should copy, where we should not copy, वो अकल रहना आपको। that's the thing I am like pointing here।
ओके।
ग्रुप वर्क करो, पीयर प्रेशर मतलब पीयर सेशंस रखो, पर अपना इंडिपेंडेंट वर्क रखना। दैट्स द थिंग।
ओके। एंड व्हाट अबाउट द करिकुलम, लाइक सब मार्क्स कैसे होते हैं, लाइक इट इज कम्प्लीटली बेस्ड ऑन द थ्योरेटिकल एग्जाम, प्रैक्टिकल्स कितने मार्क्स का होता है, और उसके बारे में क्या
हाँ,
है मार्क्स
ओके,
डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन?
सो या, सो जनरली द मार्क्स इज अबाउट 100% मार्क्स रहेंगे। सो द डिवीजन इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन प्रोफेसर। So like some professors give more weightage for assignments, 55% assignments का weightage देगा, because he'll be giving like 15 assignments in 12 weeks or 10 weeks। that is one thing। और प्रोजेक्ट का रहेगा, प्रोजेक्ट इज लाइक 30%, फाइनल प्रोजेक्ट, कैप्स्टोन प्रोजेक्ट। और बाकी का जो भी है 10-10%, 12-12%, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन लाइक मिड एग्जाम एंड फाइनल्स। देयर आर सम अदर प्रोफेसर्स हु आर लाइक 45% फाइनल एग्जाम, 30% मिड एग्जाम, जो जो बचा है वो प्रोजेक्ट और असाइनमेंट के लिए मतलब वो रखेगा। सो ऐसा प्रोफेसर आएगा तो शुड थिंक दैट उसका फाइनल्स और मिड एग्जाम बहुत टफ होगा।
ओके ओके
सो शुड ऑब्जर्व मतलब क्या पढ़ा रहे, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन, मतलब ऐसा स्टैंडर्ड प्रोफेसर कुछ नहीं है, इट ऑल डिपेंड्स ऑन प्रोफेसर।
ओके। इट इज नॉट डिपेंडेंट लाइक बाय यूनिवर्सिटी, यूनिवर्सिटी से कोई
नो,
डिसाइड नहीं है?
नहीं नहीं नहीं, कुछ नहीं, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन प्रोफेसर।
ओके ओके ओके।